I can't find an actual news article that backs up the rumor that's running around the internet that the UN gave Palestine the West Bank, because there is no West Bank. The West Bank, I've said this before and I'll say it again, you got that name because Jordan illegally annexed it. However, the UN will not recognize anymore. They used to recognize the fact that Jordan illegally annexed it, but they don't now, because much like Canada, the United States, UK, Europe, the UN has already been colonized. It's a done deal. When over 70% of the people running the UN are from authoritarian countries, you've been colonized, you're a dead duck. So this is why Israel ignores the UN, because it is no longer doing what was originally supposed to do. However, this is the accusation: weaponizing archaeology in West Bank sites. So it's weaponizing history, it's weaponizing facts to point out that there is no evidence of Arabs in that area once you go back a couple hundred years, because it wasn't an Arab area. The Arabian Peninsula is over there. Israel's this little tiny thing. Arabs, when they went to colonize all of that area, hang on. This is Arab Islamic colonization. Look at all that stuff. Authoritarian regime, hybrid regime, flawed democracy, not a Muslim majority, and that itty bitty tiny little white thing right up there in the corner there, that's Israel. That itty bitty tiny thing that you can barely see, that's Israel. That's the vicious white colonizer amongst all of these colonized entities by Arabic Islam. This is why when you come and say this sort of shit to Jews, we can't help but look at you and go, do you ever think? Ever? The original plan of breaking up British Mandate Palestine was going to give the Jews a hell of a lot more land. But there's no oil in Israel. There's no natural gas in Israel. Did you know that? No. It's just brains in Israel. However, the Arab countries did have oil. So, for the political expediency, as is often the case, Jews got fucked over by the UK. And instead of it being an equal split, oh wow, look at all of that went to Jordan. And that is why, unfortunately, I can't find the one that was from like back in the 1950s. It's a guy, Arab sheikh, dressed up proper Arab, saying this exact same thing. The truth is that Jordan is Palestine, Palestine is Jordan. Because all of the Arabs that did not want to become members of Israel, and since 5 different Arab nations attacked Israel one day after it was officially reformed, I think it's a safe bet that most of them didn't want to. The whole thing was that Jordan got the bulk of this. Any Arabs could go to Jordan. They had all of Jordan to choose from. But as we keep pointing out to you, their goal isn't Palestine. It's the destruction of Israel. And while we're on the topic, those of you who are so stupid that you claim other people are Semites too, because you don't understand that deals with a language. Anti-Semitism is a term specifically confined to Jews. The Nazis reassure the Arabs. So lie to me again about how the Arabs didn't make deals with the Nazis. And I know it must suck for you that the UN, of all things, is starting to admit that, yes, Hamas stole the aid. Yes, there was a mass kidnapping along with an attempted genocide on October 7th a couple of years back. I know that you've been looking to the UN to back you up on your bigoted statements, but unfortunately, I've pointed this out before, and I can't find it at the moment, but there are pictures of the Grand Mufti, who was already considered a war criminal, having meetings with SS officers, with Hitler, with Goebbels. You are supporting the Hamas, you are supporting the descendants of Arabs that made actual deals with the Nazis. You can lie all you want, but you will never, not even the capos, which is less than 0% of less than 0.2% of the world population, will do this, like you bigots who support terrorism will do. Oh, found one! Check it out! The Grand Mufti the war criminal inspecting an SS soldier's weapons. Because that's what friends do. They check each other's guns to make sure they can kill enough Arabs. So we can't weaponize archaeology. Archaeology exists. It brings out facts. However, this is why wherever Islam colonizes, it destroys whatever history exists there. Here in North America, you're going to First Nations, Native American spiritual sites and desecrating them. You did it in Japan. You do it everywhere you go. Because as far as you're concerned, it doesn't matter that you had to steal from Jews and from Judeo-Christians in order to create your religion. Yours is the last one, and you especially hate Jews. Because when Muhammad came to us wanting to be our prophet, we laughed at him.